Hello, everyone. Today, I want to give you tips for co parenting effectively after a high conflict divorce. Having a high conflict divorce is not a good experience because it can be emotionally draining for the parties involved. It's also emotionally draining for the counsel involved and for the children. However, with the tips I'm going to give you, it will make it easy for you to co parent effectively with your estranged spouse. And what's the first tip? The first tip is that you need to understand that under Nigerian law, the court takes decision based on the best interest of the children of the marriage. So what this means is that both parties have equal interest in the children, and the court will only take decision that will be in the best interest of the children. So effectively, even if you have custody or you have joint custody, you need to know that the other parent also has an equal right or equal interest in the child as you. So you are not superior to the other parent in any way, even if you are given primary custody of the child. So once you understand this background, that yes, this child belongs to myself and my ex spouse, it makes it easier for you to be able to deal with whatever would happen post divorce because you should see it as a project. Don't see it as an emotional issue. See it like the children of this marriage are a project that we need to ensure we conclude successfully. And to conclude this project, I need the involvement of the other spouse. Although it might have hurt me, although we might not be in a good in a good relationship or might not love each other anymore, but we need to find a way to put aside our emotions and work together. So once you have this background knowledge in your mind, it will continue to serve as a counterbalance to any emotional reaction from you or any emotional reaction that would want to make you sideline the other parent or take them for granted. So the second tip I want to give you is that ensure that your communication is usually in writing, either through emails, text messages, and documented. Because what usually happens is you might need to go back to the court in the future. So if you have been documenting all your communication, that can help you in pushing your case forward. Also, communicating in writing helps to de-escalate any tension because it's when you are talking to yourself on the phone or you are talking in person that you might start having altercation based on what somebody said or how somebody responded. But if you keep it simple, focus on the facts, put your information in writing, it helps to de-escalate. Number three tip I'm going to give you is that always focus on the fact. Don't focus on emotion. Don't focus on name calling. Don't say somebody is a latecomer. Don't say somebody is a liar. Don't say somebody is a debtor. Just simply say, judgment says that you pick up the child at 5 o'clock and you came at 5:30, or you keep coming at 5:30. You don't focus on the fact. Don't focus on the emotion, and don't label or don't name call. More importantly, and this is the most important tip I want to give you, ensure you have a court documented parenting plan. Because both of you are estranged or you are divorced, it's highly unlikely that both of you will be able to come up together to agree on the way forward regarding parenting of your children. So, but if you have a court enforced document or a compulsory conference report that has been included in your judgment regarding the welfare of your children or the management of your children, it makes it easier for both of you. So, if one party says, I want to pick up the child on Saturday, you can remind them and say, no, what the court judgment says is that every Friday you pick up the child, not Saturday. So, having that court judgment or court enforced court backed up parenting plan is very, 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 very important. Another tip I want to give you is agree on a neutral venue because one of the issues that usually causes conflict with divorced parents or separated parents is the issue of pick up or drop off location. Can I come to your house? Can you come to my house? Where do we pick the child from? And all of that. But if you agree on a neutral venue, maybe your relative's house, maybe the church or your mosque or your restaurant or the school, it de-escalates tension. And more importantly, when you have structure, because I mean, I've handled several family dispute and high conflict divorce cases for the past 17 years. And what I see regularly is that once there's a structure in place, it helps to manage the relationship between both parents. Because in all high conflict divorce cases, one parent usually says the other parent is unreasonable, and one always says the other party is controlling or a narcissist or domineering or unreasonable. These dynamics are very common in all these kind of cases. So the best way to handle is have a structure regarding communication, regarding pick up and drop off, regarding how you spend time with the children, regarding who pays for what. Once you have a structure in place, then you can now start communicating based on the structure. And if anyone goes against the structure that the court has endorsed, the most important, the most interesting aspect of family law is that after judgment in a divorce case, you are always free to go back to court so long as children are involved. So this is a unique situation. This is the only unique situation you have, and it's only applicable in family cases. In most cases, once judgment is delivered, that's the end of the case. But in divorce cases involving children, once judgment is delivered, you can go back after 2 years, after 3 years, for the court to vary whatever you have agreed on. And in asking the court to vary, you will support it with your document. So if the court says someone should pick up the child every Friday or every Saturday or twice in a month, and the person does not comply, you can go back to the court and ask the court to reduce it once in a month. If the court gave somebody custody and said the other parent should have access, but the parent who has custody is refusing access to the other parent who is being refused access can go to the court and ask the court to take away the right of custody from the other parent and give them right of access. So if you implement all this, it will be easier for you to co-parent effectively. And finally, because high conflict divorce cases can be emotionally draining and very chaotic, it's important for you to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself includes getting medical help, getting therapy, talking to a therapist, getting any kind of support you require, emotional support and all. Because if you're not in a good position, you won't be able to take care of your children effectively. So implementing all these tips and also avoiding telling your child or your children negative things about the other parent. Forget about what the other parent has done. Forget about their role as your former partner or former spouse who didn't perform very well. Now look at them as your partner in co-parenting. You don't have to love them. You don't have to like them. But both of you must work together for the best interest of the child. Because what the mother of the child can do to the child, the father of the child cannot do to the child. And the role the father of the child will play in the child's life, the mother cannot play that role in the child's life. So let's see it as a business venture, not as an emotional aspect. And if you see it as a business venture, it helps both of you to de escalate the tension that would have arisen during the divorce lawsuit. And it will also help your children. And if you look at the news regularly, you see parents who reconcile after having high conflict divorce. And the only reason why they reconcile is because of the best interest of the children of the marriage. I've done cases where the parties were fighting very nasty, and after the case, we didn't even follow what we agreed in court. The parties compromised their positions, and the children are happy, not on one occasion, on multiple occasions. And with always in cases where somebody had custody and the person died, and the children had to go to the other party who didn't have custody. So it can be very dynamic. So let's look at it from the big picture and always put the best interest of the children first. Because if we put the best interest of the children first, it will guide us in taking decisions that will be in their best interest. Thank you very much.